Did you just post it this morning? I haven't looked at the board yet. Good morning. Hi, Dorinda. Hello, Bardic Shaman. Good morning. Welcome. I clicked I clicked go live a little bit fast this morning, so we'll give people a few minutes to mosey on over. Let me check the message board real quick, Janelle. Did you post it? Would you post it in OGs or Intuition Mentorship? Well, I should be able to see both. Let's see. No. Oh, there we go. We have a new definition of crone. Sounds spot on. Good morning, everybody. Oh my God, I love that. Facebook was totally listening to you yesterday. Hey, Carrie. Good morning, Krista. Hi, Kate. Hi, Cassie. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Freddie. I'm hitting all the waves. Okay. Like I said, I clicked the button a couple minutes early. Good morning, Sabir. Hi, Farrell. Good morning, Anna. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing over here. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Heather. Hi, Rosa. Good morning, Megan. Happy birthday. Everybody wish Megan a happy birthday. She's going to hate it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hi, April. Yeah, we'll definitely do an energy check-in today. That's right. Happy birthday. Um we are well, happy December. Happy December. Um happy December 1st. It's kind of an interesting it's an interesting number day. And so we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my philosophy of feeling the vibration of numbers and see if you enjoy that. So we're going to do that first this morning, and then we'll get to your sensory card pulls for December. So that sounds exciting. But, how you feeling? Check in. How's everyone doing? How's your energy? How's your body? How have your dreams been? Top 3. How's life? Hey, Cindy. Good morning, Kaylin. Good morning, Valerie. Hi, Christine. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, very blah. Cassie says she's very blah, feeling almost burnt out. The one slash racer says dreams have been strange. Okay. Straw Benny says, I feel good. My dreams have been really weird. Kate says, a little on edge emotionally, but good overall. That's always good. Working hard and resting hard. Tired and crazy active dream life. Not sleeping well. Okay. Hey, doing an energy check in. How you feeling? Strange dreams, emotions all over the place. Conflicted. Not sleeping well. All right. So, we're all on track for this eclipse energy coming to us at the end of the week. We're already in it. So there is that. I haven't been sleeping either. So it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It doesn't help. Doesn't help anything. but I don't know. Weird dreams. Okay. Dreams are deep, can barely remember them, sleeping deep and super busy. Okay. Rose is feeling floaty. I'm seeing a lot of not sleeping well. And Beach Doodle is feeling content. So, well, that sounds delightful. Um, Welcome to everybody popping in on TikTok. Um, so what we do here is we talk a little bit about energy and chat with each other, and then I do something called sensory card pulls. So I don't take questions, um, but I do a generalized reading that you can choose from three different options. So you can get some insight, but I don't take take questions. Good morning. Riding these waves. Horrible insomnia. I usually have horrible insomnia, but I'm actually sleeping. My emotions are in the abyss. How very Scorpio of you. Good morning, Ron. Ricky says finally sleeping a little better the last couple nights. That's good. Jules says last night couldn't sleep at all. All right, so let's touch base on that real quick because this is December update. So today's Wednesday. We are completely in that solar eclipse energy. What we've been in the eclipse window for the past almost 2 weeks, right? So we've been in this window. This is a lot of intense energy and it's very not chill at all. So if you've been feeling like life is just continually handing you your ass, that's because it is. It's not an illusion. So just kind of don't lock your knees on that and pay attention. Pay attention to the things that are coming up and asking you to see them and asking for your input or your action because that's going to be important as we move through the solar eclipse portal. Our solar eclipse ritual and channeling and new moon ritual and channeling is this Saturday at 4 p.m. Okay. So if you are not already a member of Inner Sanctum and you would like to join us, there's a free trial available to you at innersanctum.me that you can sign up and then you'll get the link and you can join us. And um, this call is going to be big. They're all big now, but this is a big energy one. So I'm excited to also do this call at a different time and day than I usually do. Usually we're like on a Thursday night or a Friday night. So I'm excited to have maybe some different people able to show up because it's a weekend. So if you can at all make it live, definitely do. If you can't make it live, of course, that's fine. It's always available to you as an Inner Sanctum member to watch it whenever you need to. Um, let's talk about the numbers. So when I see repeating numbers, probably the first thing I'll do is just get on Google and be like, oh, what does this number mean? And usually the first thing that's going to pop up for you is like Joanne Sacred Scribes with her angel numbers. And not for nothing, God love her, but I think every single explanation kind of says the same thing where it's like, your angels have a message for you. Keep going. You're on the right path. You're doing great. And for me, at first I was like, "Oh my god, that's great. That's just what I need to hear." And sometimes that's just what you need to hear. But other times, and as you kind of move up through the understanding of your own energy and how you interpret it, um, it's time to level that up. Okay. So again, I'm not knocking Joanne. I love Joanne. She's been there for me for many, many a times. But if you're ready, it's time to move into a different space where you're picking up on the messages yourself and answering your own questions, okay, with the numbers. So here's the technique that I like to do. And if you have a pen and paper or something to write with your hand, then grab that because it's helpful. Of course, I don't, or do I? You do. All right. So take this date that we're currently in. It's 12 1 2 1. Okay. The way that I kind of feel into the energy of the numbers is by writing them and seeing what that journey feels like for me. So, how does it feel for you when you write the number one? What does that feel like? So, when I write the number one, for whatever reason, it's not just a dash down. I do that little loop at the top, I go down, and then I make that foundational bottom part. So for me, when I'm resonating with the number one, it feels like I've made a turn in my journey, and then I'm going down in a straight line and creating a foundation. So for me, number one is a new beginning and creation of new foundations. Okay. So when I see a lot of ones, that's what pops up for me. Now that could be different for you. So pay attention to how it feels when you write the number. Okay. Now we have a lot of ones and a lot of twos today. When I think of two, I'm doing a nice round loop at the top that goes down and then has a hard straight turn. So what that tells me is I've been on a journey, and then I'm finding my groove and reaching my foundation. One and two are consecutive numbers. Okay. So today feels like a big day for really paying attention and having a focus, that's the same thing, on your foundation, on the new beginnings. We are leaving a lot of things in the past this year. And not just this past year, we're leaving a lot of years in the past this year. We're leaving all of the things, especially that have happened to us in the past 7 years, because the past 7 years have been a massive chapter of change for everybody. So, whatever has occurred for you in the past 7 years, this is the end of that cycle for many of us collectively and personally, of course. So, on today, and on any day, if you want to kind of feel into the numbers, try that exercise out for yourself. See what you notice, see how it feels, okay? Because that is one way to kind of start developing your intuition, okay? And we learn more about this kind of stuff in our inner sanctum calls. So if you want to learn more, definitely join. That's the place to ask your questions. It's the place to really delve deep and like maybe go through all the numbers. Everything's on deck to learn about. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope that resonates for you guys. Just okay. Hey, Sarah. So for today, I'm going to shift right into sensory card pulls. Take a minute and set your intention for this because these card pulls today, it's again new beginnings. It's a new beginnings day, right? So what is your intention? What do you want to know? What do you want this message to bring you today? What information? What vibes? For me today, I'd like to know like what energy do I need to be aware of today? What energy is coming? Like what energy is coming towards the end of the week? That's what I want to know. So think about what you want to know. And if you don't know, that's fine. Just kind of open yourself up to a message that you need. But sensory card pulls are very easy. I'm going to pick three different things. You choose the one that resonates most with you and drop your answer in the comments. And then I do three separate sets of card pulls so that you can get your message. Okay. And if you're feeling resonant with more than one of the things that I choose, that's okay. You can choose more than one. Okay. Today we're doing bands from my teenage years. Okay. So I hope you enjoy that for today. Why are we doing this? I don't know, but it's what we're doing. Okay. So the first band is Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, and Radiohead. What are you feeling this morning? Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, or Radiohead? Hopefully everybody knows those bands. Just pick whichever one you resonate with this morning. Like, I know if you like one of them, you probably like all of them, but which one are you feeling this morning? All right. Drop it in, drop it in the comments. Don't worry, Jen. Next time I'm totally doing the the Lilith Fair edition. I'm feeling that vibe this morning. All right. So fun fact, fun fact, my brother-in-law for a hot second was the bass player for Collective Soul when they had a little bit of a falling out with their bass player, and he had left for a minute, so he was the fill-in. But then he came back, and my brother-in-law stepped down. But that's his claim to fame. If you're just joining us, we are about to start our sensory card pulls, and this morning we are doing bands from my my childhood. So you're choosing from Pearl Jam, choosing from Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, or Radiohead. So whatever you're feeling, drop it in the comments. I know. It's pretty cool. Drop it in the comments, whichever one you're feeling. Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, Radiohead. And not for nothing, Pearl Jam is actually my favorite band of all time. Most people would not assume that, but Eddie Vedder all the way. Like, it doesn't matter. Just, I love his voice. All right, I'm shuffling. Does this mean I have no reading? What does that mean, Lisa? Did I miss a comment from you? Lisa, what are you talking about? All right, so I'm gonna tell you one more time because I'm still shuffling. We're shuffling a lot this morning. Hey, Arlene. You're choosing from three bands. You're choosing from Pearl Jam, Collective Soul, or Radiohead. Well, I don't know. Maybe, Lisa. I would just take a minute, close your eyes, and if nothing resonates for you, then pay attention to that. Don't force it. And maybe just listen to all three and see if something pops out. But again, don't force it. All right, here we go. I think we know which one I'm picking. I'm picking Pearl Jam. All right, so once again, drop your selections in the comments. You're choosing from Pearl Jam, Radiohead, or Collective Soul. Drop it in. All right. That's fine. If you're not feeling it, if you're not resonating with any of those three, just kind of soften to receive and see if anything resonates for you once the cards are pulled. But if not, like I said, we don't push that. We don't force it. All right. Pearl Jam people, are you ready? Do you know some people don't even know who Pearl Jam is because they think Pearl Jam is like really old music from way back in the day, which makes me feel really old. Okay, so Pearl Jam people, story. And again, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always. You've got the butterfly, you've got the cat, and you've got fear. Like rolling my eyes this morning. It's fucking cards. Okay, so Pearl Jam friends. Let's first talk about the fear card because this one's a killer. If you picked Pearl Jam like me, there is definitely that you quote unquote shouldn't be scared, but you're terrified. And that is okay. That's actually very natural. You're about to jump into something that is completely new to you. And it's like stepping into a new chapter in your book that feels like, you know, how some books, though some big books have part one, part two, and part three. And part one and part two, it's not the smoothest of transitions. It's like a completely different story. And you don't know how they all kind of tie together until you get to part 3 that kind of pulls the whole thing in. We're moving into part 2, and we have to trust that this author knows what they're doing, and you're the author. So if you got trust issues with yourself, this is the terrifying time to be doing life, right? And, you know, moment of silence for all of us because it is a lot. It's all the things. It's natural. But think about it. You're moving from part 1 to part 2, and you've got to trust yourself, um, as much as possible, much as humanly possible. At the same time, you've got the cat and you've got the butterfly. And while, you know, sometimes the butterfly symbolizes transformation, that's not what this is about. This is about your own independence. This is about you stepping out in some way on your own and not like, I don't want to say for once, but it's a different energy than independence has ever meant to you before. And that's a little scary too, but it's also really exciting. This is an independence from not just needing or wanting or requiring like some outside energy to complete or validate you, but it's like really tapping into the deep well that is you and understanding that that's always enough and deriving your power source from in there. And in order to do that, you do have to have some seriously healthy boundaries. You have to be able to say, no, that's not for me, and not say you're sorry for that. Stop apologizing. That's going to allow you to really tap into the beauty that's already here. It's going to allow you to recognize the growth that's already occurred and the magic that's already here. It's not like in the future, it's here right now. So, okay, okay, okay. It's like, oof, man, these cards. So that is your Pearl Jam message. That's your Pearl Jam message. All right. Next up is collective soul. All right. Collective soul. Here we come. Okay. So if you chose collective soul, you have the cat again. Oh, oh shit. Then you have the deer, and then you have communication. All right. So let me just, this isn't like a moody sip. I just want some coffee. So here's your story, collective soul people. Um, we'll talk about the cat in a second. Let's talk about the deer and communication. All right. If there is a situation currently happening in your life that you are having a really hard time figuring out how to speak your truth about or how to even interact with it, interface with this energy, you're being given not a solution, but an energy to embody to assist you, to facilitate the integration, the processing, whatever has to do with the situation. And that is dear energy. Dear energy. Okay. Um, just hold on a second. Get something for that. Yeah, you know what? There's There were deer in my dream last night, big time, like big bucks in my that's just coming to me right now. Wow. Okay, anyway, sorry, back to the cards. Collective soul people, communication, diplomacy. The deer has a message for you about diplomacy. It is like, how do you, okay, how do you speak your truth while at the same time not burning everything down? How do you do that? Right? That's the question. For some of you, this is more difficult than others because you have a tendency to sort of like, I don't know if you've got like a fire sign in your Mercury or something like that, but it's easy for you to pop off and say things that are just not, it's not exactly the way that would be the best way to express it. Let's just put it that way. Just kind of puts you in a corner. You don't feel like you really express. The other person feels like, what the hell just happened? And it's a mess. These cards are asking you to kind of step back, okay? Step back from the situation long enough so that you can really observe what's happening and observe the energy like a deer would, okay? Think about how deers act, not when they're crossing busy roads, but just generally. Um, a deer will step into an area and look around, right? Take the energy of what's happening. And if they don't like the energy, do they say, let me try it anyway? No. They tuck tail and they're out of there. They're out of there, jetting. No way. They'll find another place to hang. That needs to be you, okay? If it doesn't feel right, get out of there. You don't need to force yourself into conversation, confrontation, or anything like that, okay? That's not going to help anything. So just slow down, really observe, really pay attention to the nuances, pay attention to what's not being said, and kind of get out of your own head for a minute and remember that not everything is, sometimes it does, but not everything is revolving around you. Not every action or word or anything a person is doing or feeling actually revolves around you. It's revolving around them. Okay. You can be a key player in that, but at the end of the day, it's coming from them. So take a minute, stop taking everything so personally, slow down because that's really important. Now you got the cat again talking about healthy boundaries, and I think we already covered that with what I was just talking about. This has been a message for months now. Your boundaries are important. You don't need to put yourself anywhere that doesn't feel right for you. You're not going to learn a lesson through that. That's not the way we do life anymore. We don't put ourselves in uncomfortable positions for the gain of growth. No pain, no gain. Got to break it down to build it back up. No. No. Let's not. Let's not break it down to build it back up when it comes to ourselves, okay? Why don't we just get out of there if it doesn't feel good? Okay? So, that is your collective soul message for this morning. And next we have Radiohead. So a reminder for those of you who just joined, our group call, Channeling a Ritual for the new moon and the solar eclipse is this Saturday at 4 p.m. It is virtual, obviously, but I feel like I need to say it. It is virtual. And if you are an Inner Sanctum BFF member, you will be getting that invite. If you'd like to join, you can try with a free 5-day trial. Go to innersanctum.me or go to the link in my profile or DM me, and we'll get you hooked up. The other thing I want to tell you is that I've got one more in-person event on deck for December 9th, and I think we've got 4 spots left for that one. That is going to be Merkaba Ritual and Channeling. So it's a small group because what I'm going to be doing is pulling up your unique birth chart, looking at that, and then receiving intuition and different hits and stories for you for the energy at that time. And that's December 9th, which is after the new moon energy and after the eclipse window. So it's a good time to get some messages for the new year right after that space. So if you want to join me, that is an in-person event, but I will be holding a virtual one at some point soon. So look for that. But it's in person in York at House of Yoga. Okay. And again, I think there's 4 spots left. So the link for that is also in my bio. I'm excited for that one. I love it. All right. Radiohead friends. Radiohead friends. Yes, Jacinda, I'm going to be doing the Merkaba channeling as an online thing as well. I'm probably going to do it. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it's in my head to do it for you guys. So those of you who are not local to Central PA area, we can totally do that. But I kind of wanted to do it in person first to see how it goes, because it'll be my first time doing it that way. All right. You ready? Radiohead. Radiohead. You've got to be shitting me. Guys, come on. Oh my God. Look, okay, just look. Look who's here again. Wow, do we need this message or something? Everybody needs this message. Even Lisa and Heather need this message. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, so all 3 bands are asking you to have strong boundaries. So who hasn't been listening? No one. Okay. Okay. We also have the wind fairy. We also have the wind fairy and the owl. That's funny. All right, we'll leave the cat over here and talk about him last so that he has maximum impact. All right, so we've got the wind fairy and the owl. Um, right. Boundaries. Um, Wind fairy and owl. If you chose Radiohead, or if you didn't, if it resonates with you. The wind fairy is all about your thoughts. It's all the things in there. Um, Here's something you need to know. The predominant thoughts that you have, the ones that are like the man, my words this morning. The subconscious thoughts that are running through your brain on autopilot are actually the ones that are dictating your manifestations. I'm going to say that again. Your subconscious thoughts are the ones dictating your manifestations. So if you've had an issue with not understanding why the things you're trying to manifest are not happening for you, 9 times out of 10, it's because your subconscious thoughts are in direct opposition to whatever it is you're saying you want. Okay? So, in order to get your manifests back on track and to get into ease and flow, you have to reprogram the subconscious part of your brain to be more amenable to what it is you actually want to receive. Okay? More coming on that because that's a 2022 thing. But in a nutshell, that's what this is. The owl is coming through to give you a heads up on something. It's time for you to not look at something like this. We tend to. We see something and we make an assumption. We're like, oh, this is what it is. This is what it means because this is what it looks like. But it's like one of those things where if you shift your perspective and look at it from this angle, it looks different. And if you look at it from this angle, it looks different again. Every angle is going to give you a different perspective on the same situation. Can you slow down and take a minute to see all the different sides, or at least to see more than one? Okay? If you're only looking at something with one perspective, you are missing out on understanding the bigger picture, and you're doing yourself and others a great disservice because you are basically being biased, okay, and stubborn and not accepting that any viewpoint besides your own could possibly be valid. Because here's the thing, if perception is reality, all viewpoints in one way, shape, or another are accurate, depending on who's perceiving them, right? The message here for you is that you've been looking at something one way and it's causing some tension between you and another person or between two situations. The way to kind of back yourself out of there is to back yourself out of there and see it from any other perspective just for a minute so you can have a fuller picture. Okay. So it's important. It's kind of like, why am I using this as a metaphor? I don't really understand it. Well, okay, I'm going to try. It's kind of like when you do, when you do your fingerprint on your phone or on your computer, when it takes your fingerprint so you can just get in there with your fingerprint, and you have to put your finger a few different times and different angles to get the full fingerprint. You don't just press it down one time. It's like that. To get the full picture, you need to see a few different sides of it. You can't just look at one. Okay? I feel like, does that resonate with you? Does that work as a metaphor? Okay. And boundaries. Everybody. I think the theme of December is boundaries. I feel like it's safe to say that. Get your boundaries. All right. And because it is December 1st, let's do one more thing because I feel like it's the first of the month. So it feels like we need to do this. I'm going to pull a card for the collective from my Fairy Force deck to get a vibe. And then I'm out of here because I got shit to do. All right. So don't leave. Don't leave yet. We got one more card pull coming for you. And don't forget, like I said, get an in-person event on December 9th. And you can join Inner Sanctum to join our virtual call on Saturday for the eclipse and the new moon. You can go to sarahmala.com and you'll be able to find all these things as well. Okay. All right. You ready? It's this deck. This is one of my faves. Fairy Forest, Lucy Cavendish. I know. Fairies, be nice. Oh my God, shut up, Willa. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I was actually thinking about that card yesterday because I'm like, is this happening to me again? Because I'm not in the mood. If it is, I'm just out of here. Forget it. I'm out of here. If it's Ragnarok, I'm not even gonna read it. I'm done. I'm just done. I wonder if I took Ragnarok out of this deck. I wouldn't have done that. Like I wouldn't do that. That's cheating. But did I do it? I wonder if I did that. It feels like something I would do, like just, if I was in a shitty mood, but then I put it back and maybe I forgot. I don't know. Let's see. Are you ready? I'm stalling. I'm nervous. My hands are sweating. Come on. All right, it's fine. For those of you who like not been following for a minute, you're probably like, what's your problem? It's fine. If Ragnarok comes up, you'll figure out what the problem is soon enough. Oh my God, I almost died. I literally almost died. It's okay. Okay. All right. Although, we'll see. This looks fine, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. It's number 13, the Elf Queen. The Elf Queen. Okay. It's not Ragnarok. Just for future reference, Ragnarok is number 11. Okay. Ready? You have responsibilities that have accumulated to the point that you no longer feel free. You have dimmed your own bright light, and the world longs for you to shine once again. One by one, I ask you to take these burdens, anything that feels heavy, whose energy does not come from love but from fear, any demands and expectations that no longer meet your needs, and release them with love. There is no rejection in this gesture. It is simply time to reestablish your own personal boundaries. Did you hear that? You may even be carrying burdens that rightly belong to other people. Please release these now. Without this clearing, you may well feel you are carrying too much on your own shoulders and are unable to see the path ahead of you. As you release, the beginnings of the sweet and tender freedoms that are your birthright will make themselves known to you. You are now free to love and care for others more effectively, as you will be acting out of love, not forcing yourself. If you clearly ask for support, other people will love and support you in all that you do. So, did you get the message for December yet? I'm just gonna wait. Can you tell me what the message for December is? Go on, I'll wait. Tell me. It starts with a B. Oh my god. Well, that was the hoot. That was the hoot half, my friends. Okay. In case you were wondering if my guides have a sense of humor, I think you already know they do, but like, damn. Always, always serving it. Okay. Okay. So, happy Wednesday. I love you. Thank you for being here today. It's been a fun time. You really pepped up my step this morning, so I'm feeling a little tired. Um, Again, I'll see you on Friday, and I'll see you on Saturday as well. And don't lock your knees, and make sure that you establish your personal boundaries. Okay. I love you. Goodbye. Oh my God. Goodbye, you too. They're very sassy. Okay.